Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Icon. Thank you so much for checking out another episode of Esports Analysis. You guys have asked for it. I've seen this quite a bit over the last few days. Everybody wants an ARCITYS POV, so this is what you're getting. Not only is this an ARCITYS POV, but the man drops a 40 bomb, and they ended up clutching up right at the end to win this game. So it's a super exciting game. Hopefully you stay till the end because you don't want to miss the finish. It's pretty intense. But as we go ahead and get into this actual gameplay, you can see at the very beginning, the number one thing that Chicago was most concerned with was flipping spawns, and they did that immediately. This could not have been done any better. This is exactly how you want the beginning of this game to go if you're the team that gets the spawn on the opposite side of the map. So just to kind of go ahead and break this down and see exactly what we saw there is, if you're looking at the mini map in the top right hand corner, I just drew a green circle, and that is where Chicago spawned, and that's not where you want to be. The spot that you do want to be is over here, and this is the spawn that New York got. So essentially what happened is they sent a couple mid, so you saw ARCITYS go mid, but a lot of people went over through Cave West, through P4, and they flanked through Cave East to get all the way around, and they took over this spawn. And the big reason for taking over this spawn is because if you have this spawn on this side of the map, then you can kind of push up into Cave, you can push up mid-map, but essentially you want to have it locked down for this P2 hardpoint, and that is what we're watching at the moment. Even though ARCITYS got killed by Temp on the left-hand side of the map, you can see when he comes up off the spawn, this is such a sticky spawn that he's still getting this same exact spawn, and they have control of this spawn, this map position. I know that they're trying to work back in towards the hill, but you can only put so much pressure on, right? This is one of those ones where even if you do end up getting killed off hill, it just takes maybe a wave or two of your team spawning, and then you'll be able to get back in. So with about 18 seconds left, I will say that was a pretty nice job of New York. Normally it's pretty hard if you're the team for P2 that's spawning mid-map. So I'll just kind of draw it real quick. If you're the team that's mid-map and you're going P2, it is really hard to hold that team off and not allow them to get into P2. You see it more often than you probably think that you would see it.
Let's get blue control,
major props to New York there. They didn't just give up on that hard point, right? That's one that's easy to give up on and just set up for P3. What I don't like from New York is that they're not doing a nice job of keeping Chicago inside of that spawn trap over by P2. Let me go ahead and let me pause this for a second, just because I know that there are a ton of new subscribers, and I want to make sure everybody gets this. So as this is rotating to P3, New York had P3 right here. And the way that you hold the majority of the time inside of P3 is by keeping Chicago in this area of the map. So what you just saw is you saw ARCITYS be able to leave their spawn and get right into bottom broken here. And essentially that's not what you want to have happen, because now all of these gun battles and all of this pressure is happening inside the hill. So if you're New York, what you would have liked to have seen is people pushed up into top yellow right here, cutting off this push over through mid-cave cut, and then even over here into top stone. If you can get kills in these areas of the map, that's how you really take advantage of P3. So as we're watching this on screen, you can see that there's 35 seconds left on P3, and Chicago's just pushed up. There was just a moment there. Even right now, nobody really has control of the current hardpoint, and this is a lot of wasted time, right? Right there was just 15 seconds that went off the clock where nobody had control of the hardpoint, and this ends up, we've already talked about it a little bit, but this ends up being a really close, a really contested game. So when you're thinking about it, you might say, oh, you know, it was only 10, 12, 13 seconds there where that hill wasn't controlled, but that 10, 12, 13 seconds is massive when you're talking about the last set of rotations, and everything is, we're talking within 3, 4, 5 different points towards the end. So as we're moving on here, you can see that essentially what ARCITYS is doing right here with his M4 is he's holding down the pinch from behind. So right in P4, this is one that you can really hold from either direction, but essentially what you want to do, P5 is the number one hill on this map when it comes to being able to lock down all of the time if you're the team that has spawns. So that's all ARCITYS was doing here, is that he was contesting inside of P3. He didn't provide any support whatsoever inside of P4. His teammates were just on P4, but he's just going to hang out back useless. They call this back useless because there's not really a use for this building that's way in the back, right? Unless you're an M4 and you're just kind of holding down the map for your teammates. But this is why P5 is so important, because you can see Gunless is up there at top sandbags. They have somebody inside the hill. They have an AR top useless. And if we pause this just one more second to kind of talk about what's happening in terms of strategy, again, I'm going to point on the minimap in the top right-hand corner of your screen. This is where ARCITYS is sitting, and he's holding down this lane of sight. Gunless was up here, and he's watching over towards Cave, so mid-Cave to Cave East from P4 to P2, right? Because as New York leaves P4, this is one of the main routes that they're going to take. And then essentially, the only other thing to watch is you get somebody on this white truck right here or up on top of this little ledge, and you just watch mid-map. And this is one where it's super hard to break, not only because those lines of sight are so good, right? It's so hard to run through that tiny little choke point. So not only are the lines of sight really good, but there's only so many ways that you can come from. Like, you have to come from those two areas. So this is one where you can see in the kill feed, Scum got a 2-piece, Formal got one, ARCITYS also got another. Now, smoke is your friend, right? If you're the team that's spawning mid-map, so if you're New York at the moment, you can see the smokes are coming up everywhere, right? They're trying to get through the left-hand side of the map. They're trying to get through mid-cave cut, anything they can do to push P5, and this is exactly what we're talking about. Essentially, from the first set of rotations, the first 4 hard points were either contested by or won by New York, but since they locked down P5 and they got basically all of the points here on P5, they're going to end up winning this first set of rotations. And not only are they winning the first set of rotations, but they also have spawns locked down, not for P1, but as it rotates back to P2.
I'm waiting still.
Let's see if I'm interested to see if ARCITYS pushes up here. There's a little bit. Let me show you just real quick. I've talked about this strategy a little bit. So this might seem kind of odd, but essentially what ARCITYS did, again, minimap top right-hand corner of your screen, is he was trying to push out over here towards top stone. And the reason for that is because I've seen a little bit of this new strategy here and there, but if you can get somebody in this area of the map, essentially what that does is that locks down this back spawn, right? That doesn't allow New York to spawn there. And if you can get somebody pushed up mid-map and somebody pushed up over in Cave, now all of a sudden, if you're Chicago, you have all of these areas locked down. So where does it force New York to spawn? They have to spawn over here by P4. So this is how you really control the map, and this is kind of the development of strategies in professional games, is that they were trying to really push that out, because not only did they want to, right, it's not just so much to focus on holding down spawns for P2, they're really trying to control the map. So if you can totally spawn your enemy team on the opposite side of the map, now all of a sudden that's how you really take a massive lead, and you essentially win maps like this. So it didn't work out that way, but when you saw ARCITYS pushing forward there at the end of P5, that's what he was trying to do. So, getting back into the current breakdown, again, it's about to rotate back from P1 to P2. We'll see if Chicago does a little bit better job of locking down these back spawns this time. Not only the spawns, but pushing up and getting kills mid-map, because before they were way back on their heels, right? They were controlled all the way back. They couldn't get inside the hard point. It looks like right now, if I'm looking just real quick, look at the minimap in the top left-hand corner of your screen, and this is what I want you to focus on. Look here at all of these green arrows. So now, from before, right, in the first set of rotations, they were stuck all the way back here in their spawns. Now they're pushed up mid-map and they're getting kills in this area. So that's what allows ARCITYS to sit inside of P2 and get all of this time. The fact that they're winning the slaying battle and their teammates are able to push up and get those kills. So this is how it's supposed to look. ARCITYS with 3, Formal with 2, Envoy has 1. This is really good stuff. You'll probably see them take a fairly large lead as this hill moves on. But with that, as we're getting to the second set of rotations here, the thing that I love about scrims is that I can allow you guys to have the insight of the team comms and the communication and the strategy that's going on behind the scenes. So with that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn up that volume. I'm going to let you hear what they're actually talking about. I'll still chime in where I feel necessary, but let's go ahead, let's listen in here.
Let's just all try to go around. Yeah.
Maybe. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, you two hold. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt. You should. We have to clear.
I'm coming down with a flash.
ARCITYS voice is really
Good
loud
job,
compared to everybody else.
There's gonna be another one the way he played that. There's gonna be another one he played that.
I'm
gonna.
I don't see him in time.
Blue.
Blue dead.
I'm
clearing Silo.
Rest of two.
Silo hurt, man.
I don't know where Silo went, bro.
Essentially, what you just saw.
There's
from
Silo, he's in
Chicago
lights,
there
he's in lights.
is As they left P2, I'll draw it on the mini map, but
Yeah,
they
try
left
to-
P2, and essentially
Yeah,
they
that's
flanked all the
stout.
way through.
They're gonna be Silo again.
around this way so that they can have spawns.
I'm here with you, Pierce. I'm here. My bad. Dead, I got him. I'm gonna die. He's back in
Also
Silo, good
realizing
guys.
His sound is a little bit off. It's like a second or
We're missing
two
Mac. Yep,
ahead
gotcha.
of what we're seeing on screen.
Hill time.
One more time.
Short absolute.
One more time.
Attach. You didn't get there yet. You did not there yet.
Doggy, attach. One shot attach.
Yeah, we can't kill him. I cannot kill him.
Got him. I got him.
Hotel dead.
Got him on.
These are massive kills from
Zoom on me.
ARCITYS.
Zoom on me, new. Weak.
Dancing right now.
Zoom was on time. Good job.
I'm pitching
Top yellow,
short.
top yellow.
Short.
They got me short. Short long.
Very long. Long weak. He has his trophy.
The 3 kills that ARCITYS got right there before his
long's open.
teammates could come back. Now his
There's
team
3
is
deaths,
pushing
3 deaths,
up,
3 deaths.
Gunless, Formal were getting kills, but it was ARCITYS.
He got me. Zoom on time. Zoom on time.
Until his teammates could get back into the scene.
I'm pitching for you guys.
Go for it.
Give me time. One pitching, dead.
Yes.
2-1 pitch, another one pitching, another one got me.
Got him on time.
Going up middle, Mac. Going up middle.
Push up.
Go in front of now.
He came back to hill.
I'm on one shot. I'm playing my life. I need help.
Mac got me, absolute.
Got me on time. One's on desk. One's on time. Desk and time. Go around. Just go around. We gotta
This
go.
is where it doesn't really work out, right? Yes, they pushed all the way around trying to get the majority of the time in P4, but if you're not successful
Zoom
at
yellow.
getting that time inside of P4,
Zoom a dead yellow.
you're also giving up spawns for P5. So now they're going to have to try to flip, and this is the exact opposite scenario that they saw themselves
Spawn.
in on the first set of rotations.
Yellow. Yellow got me. Attach got me yellow.
I'm just trying to keep him on time.
Attach is yellow.
Top yellow right now?
I'm-
Top yellow.
The other one close and sandbags.
We got blue.
I don't see him yellow. He's in blue. He's pitching right now. Yes. Attach is pitch. Attach pinch. Yeah, we spawn yellow again.
P2.
Wait. On the press. I don't want to shoot you. Good job.
Don's P2.
Yeah, he pushed up, he stepped.
There's two of them. They got out. Don's holding still. Don's still holding.
Don's
I think
hurt.
they're trying to
Get the time. That's fine. It's fine. Just get, we gotta secure this time for sure. I'm helping. I'm helping.
So again, if we're talking about
Flash on time.
strategy,
Challenging. What
as
a
this is
bold
about to
play.
rotate into the third set of rotations, they have to push out this spawn. They did a really nice job.
He coming outside hill. I should just laid down.
From
My
the
bad.
bad side on P5 here, but as this rotates from
Backing up, I backed up.
P2, they have to try to get the spawns flipped so that they control the map as it gets to P2.
Bottom yellow dead,
That's
bottom yellow
gonna
dead.
be the key here.
Cave spawns. You could go yellow.
Yeah, I smoked stone.
Cave. He's cave on me. Cave. They stuck me. 2 caves. Zuma and Don. Or last year cave. Someone should try to push through. We're not gonna win off this shit. Someone push through.
Broken.
I think one might have pinched Cave, dude.
Nice observation. They can get all the points in the world.
Pinch. He
here,
pinched.
but it's not gonna be
He
enough.
pinched. He's on our heady. Spawn silo. Good job. Just hold across. Someone pinch with me.
Smoke bottom in. Low yellow.
Dude, he's silo. Someone should have pinched with me right there.
Top stone.
Got me on time.
We gotta get him off time.
He's right side of it.
Yellow dead.
Three dead. Somebody can pitch around.
I flashed him on time.
Back dead.
So just from like
We're good in
an
broken spawns.
analysis standpoint,
Back
this
yellow.
is looking
Back yellow
really
dead.
bad for Chicago, right? Not only did they
Top
not
stone,
get
top
like
stone.
15,
Oh my
20
God.
seconds there inside of P1, but they're not set up for P2.
Job.
So this is one of those ones where
They're
it
spawning
just
on.
feels like
They're spawning in cave. Spawning in cave.
It'll be interesting to see how it happens.
I'm coming front with you.
Bed's hurt.
Gonna be focused on me.
I
in
think
the
it's
back.
bed's first guy.
Fucking.
Top 10 dead.
Helping you out. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm priming left top beds. I'm priming top left top roads.
Beds, I'm after.
Back dead in the back.
Bed's
guys.
dead.
One in the back.
Hill, yeah.
Hill dead.
Hill dead.
Another one in the back.
Those are big kills from Envoy, being able to turn on that dude that was top beds and then get the kill inside the hard point. So what I'm seeing right now is that they're gonna have to try to slay out, right? This is the first set of rotations. They were opposite of
Top
it.
sandbags,
You
dude.
have
Fuck.
to slay out and keep them.
Top sandbags, Zuma. Active, good job. We spawned on hill. We cannot win off this shit. I'm holding under press.
They give me my back left.
Yeah, they smoked out under press.
Yeah, they're fronting you already.
Flash and smoke, flash and smoke.
Maybe an old guys.
Every top.
They went off the top.
2 on new, guys.
I'm wrapping
3 on
back,
new, I'm pretty
Found out.
We got flipped.
Time with 10 seconds.
Go through though.
10 seconds. Get ready to move.
I'm trying to work on mid with you, Alec.
I'm just gonna go deep.
Don't say anything garage. I'm praying garage. Yeah, I'm praying garage.
All right, let me break this down.
Roger, now I just-
It'll be the last time I end up stopping this. I know there's about to be a gun battle on screen, but essentially what you saw is going from P1, Chicago was able to push up, get time inside of P2, and they were able to lock down these lanes here. So ARCITYS was looking mid-map. Essentially what happened is they're going to end up getting the last 3 seconds here. So this is going to, essentially what happened is New York was spawning back here. They gave up on that time. They knew that Chicago couldn't win there. So they flanked through P5. They're top broken. They're going to be set up inside of P3. So what Chicago's going to have to do is now, if I go ahead and get rid of all this, this is going to be flipped. New York's going to be inside P3. They're going to be pushed up into these chokes. So this is just going to be, they're going to have to rotate from P2. They're not really going to have time to push all the way back through like they did in the second set of rotations. They have to hit these choke points here, and they have to win these gun battles. Let's see how it plays out.
Fucking give it up. And top yellow, We're not gonna. Wait 10 seconds.
So
Spawn back here, spawn, silo, spawn near
Be
silo.
able to pinch from silo.
Come down. Silo.
Lay down, Donnie got me.
Big
Silo weak.
Envoy inside the
Silo dead, silo dead. No, it's silo pinch. Right, low. Good job.
Wow. Let's go ahead. Let's watch that one more time just so we can see how it
Silo
plays
dead,
out.
silo dead.
So if I'm looking, look at the minimap in the top left-hand corner of the screen. You can see that there are 2 green arrows right here. They're going to be the 2 that end up getting kills inside the hardpoint, and that's how they end up winning. I wish that I could switch to their POV. Like
No, it's silo pinch. Right.
But essentially, it was ARCITYS got a kill, Formal got a
Low.
and it
job.
looks like Formal was the one that was inside the hill. So Formal and Envoy potentially that snuck through.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like that was helping to rush their last
Super
rush,
impressive
like,
gameplay there. If we're looking at the scores overall, ARCITYS is keeping his scoreboard up there. But we got a 40 bomb from ARCITYS. We also got 45. As you see the 3-piece there, we also got 45 from Mac. Mac has been playing out of his mind, and this is kind of what New York needed, right? They needed that SMG. But let's not talk about the ability to just remain calm and remain in control and be able to get those last 3 seconds there. So ARCITYS 40 and 27, positive 13, massive out of him. Gunless also with a great map, 37 and 32. Formal 28 and 27, but he's playing that AR role. There's not a ton of action for ARs that are trying to lock down different routes around the map. And then Envoy, of course, with the 146 in hill, 33 and 33. So really nice map out of them. It was interesting to see how they were able to keep their composure and get through those final seconds there to secure the W. So if you're new around here and you enjoy this sort of stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you head on your way. If you have any comments whatsoever, put them down below. I love the interaction. I get back to as many people as I possibly can. Leave a like. It really helps out the channel. And with that, guys, thank you so much. I will catch you in tomorrow's daily upload.